I asked you guys what I should speedrun next in Tears of the Kingdom, and over 1,000 of y'all came up with some incredibly silly meme categories. So let's check some of them out. Okay, so this category is called Divorce Percent. And the goal is to head over to Zora's domain, build a flying machine so you can actually move Yona, bring her over the depths, drop her down so that Sidon becomes all yours. So let's do it. Now for this category, the first thing we need is some materials, which includes some steering sticks, some fans, and some sleds. But here comes the first issue. Once you head to Zora's domain, Yona likes to hang out on this pond, and that is not enough space to trap her into one of these flying machines. So we basically have to give her a couple of fish, which gives us this small walking path. What that means is you can then use Zonai devices as kind of walls to make her take alternate path, which can kind of lure her into a more open area where we can finally try to move her. Unfortunately, this was easier said than done. Okay. There might be an easier way to cause this divorce after all. Okay, it's done, Chad. I just have to put a steering stick on it now, and it's done. Oh my god. Yes! Yes! That was so much work. We see our end goal, chat. Do you see that over there in the distance? That's where we're dropping her. Okay, we didn't lose her, and that's what matters. Oh my god, I can't believe we saved that. I hate to say it. Actually, I don't. But the divorce is final! Bye! Let's go see her husband. Sidon, I'm coming. And time. Divorce percent, husband percent, whatever you want to call it, it's done. Let's move on to the next meme category. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. As many of you guys know, I moved to the US a little over a year ago. And one of the hardest things moving from Sweden to the US was honestly just there's a lot of things that I kind of took for granted in terms of content online or websites that I could no longer access anymore. That's where today's sponsor comes in. Thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Now, I primarily use a VPN for two different things. First is to just help myself protect myself online, both in terms of security, but also to avoid myself from getting DDoS. If what you don't know is if someone is able to get your IP address, they can basically send tons of data over to you, and then your internet kind of just goes, ugh. I've had my stream die from that before. However, now by using a VPN, I can basically mask my IP. So even if someone gets it, my original IP address wasn't leaked. And the second thing as well is that there are some content that, I miss from Sweden that I can't access from the US. However, with the VPN, I can simply just set my location in the program to be in Sweden. Just click connect. It's super easy. It automatically connects to one of the servers over there. And then I basically have an IP address in Sweden, so I can browse the, Swedish website just like I could when I lived there. And there's plenty of other use cases too, in terms of just protection, security, accessing content, so much, you name it. I really do recommend it. And best of all, if you go to nordvpn.com/linkis, you will get 4 months for free on the 2-year plan. And if you're not happy, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description. Thank you so much, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. Reverse RedditMod percent. The rules are to start in the depths. You need to find a way up into the surface that does not involve warping. Then you have to touch some grass and then talk to a woman. It's gonna be quite scary for a lot of y'all, so don't panic. It's gonna be okay. That being said, let's do it. Now, this category was honestly pretty straightforward. You ended up running through the depths for about 5 minutes in the dark, ascending up one of these towers, which completes our first goal, jump down from the tower you just came up from to touch some grass for your second objective. Now, for the third one, which is to talk to a woman, this was actually, surprisingly, just like real life, the only one that gave me problems. You see, I just could not see any NPCs around me, so I spent 5 minutes running to the closest stable, which was the Riverside stable. But somehow, there are no women at this stable. So the closest thing I could think about was to spend another 10 minutes to run across all of Hyrule to get over to Kakariko Village to talk to Mrs. Waifu. So, that's it. There you go. Reddit mods, you can get out of your basements now. On to the next category. So this category is called Veggie percent. The goal for this is to take a Korok, bring him to a Moldoga, and then have the Moldoga eat it. Now, the note on this category states, trust me, bro, there are plants, so they count as vegetables. So, I'll take your word for it. Let's do it. The plans for this category is pretty simple. Get a couple of wings, head over to this island to pick up some fairies in case we die, and then perform a glitch to get across the overworld known as an auto-build cancel sled with the wings we picked up earlier. But what I didn't foresee was that the Moldoga has a bit of a particular taste. He prefers to eating Link over Koroks. So we need the Moldoga to basically do that on the Korok. Damn it, he hit me instead. Oh, I should have picked up some bombs. I wonder if I can just like throw an item here. Come over here, Molduga. Yes! No! It missed him because he rolled. God damn it. Can I just feed him? Hey, eat it. Eat it. Eat it. That's it! Let's go! Sub 10 minutes, baby. That is Veggie percent. All right, Link, you don't have to look that disappointing, all right? Listen, it counts as a vegetable, I'm telling you. This category is called Addison penalty percent. The goal of this category is to go to Terrytown, pick up all of the Hudson cutouts, and then you have to bring them over to Addison and surround them with a fortress of these signs to motivate him to do a better job at working. Step 1, try and head to Terrytown as quickly as possible. It's gonna be simple, it's gonna be the same as my usual route. I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna get the wings, I'm gonna create an auto-build cancel slide, and I'm gonna go straight to Terrytown. No stops, no BS, just head over there immediately. And here he is. Time for some motivation, baby. Hello, don't be threatened. We're here to be friendly. We're just motivating you to do a very good job. There we go. That's perfect. Now, I feel like he is really taking his job seriously. President Hudson, are you okay? No. And time. I'm sorry, President Hudson. I won't let you fall over again. We better not. That being said, on to the next one. All right, so for this last category, this one is called Resturant percent. The thing is, Ganondorf, he's regretting everything that he has done. And he just wants to be a simple man and live a simple life and open up his own restaurant. And we're gonna help him with that. So the time ends once we have let Ganondorf open up his very own restaurant. You might be a little bit surprised about that, but let's get into it, and I'll show you the category. Now, this category is by far the longest one we've done and requires the most amount of setup. So I'll summarize the beginning part. First, we're gonna do the traditional thing, get the wings for movement. Then, on top of that, I'm gonna go and get some fire fruit and then head over towards Hyrule Castle, where I can throw the fire fruit on top of this fire pit to get the Hylian shield. Once I have that, I'm then going to be flying around to go to a couple of different dispensaries to get some Zonai devices. The two most important ones right now is a floating platform and the stabilizers, which are going to come into a glitch I'm about to do later to make this category possible. Then I'm also going to be heading over to Eventide Island because obviously this is a restaurant. He needs a lot of materials to hold it. You don't just want to go in a restaurant and see, oh, hey, we got milk and that's it, right? So Eventide Island happens to have a lot of different kinds of fruit, enemies, equipment, you name it, which is all we need. And then last but not least, we're going to head into the depths for something very special and kind of broken that you might not have seen before. You see, in one of the chambers where you get a part for the construct, you have these sort of elevators. Now, these ones cannot be broken. If you try and break them, it does not work. It just removes the fans, but it cannot be broken. But there is a glitch to break them apart. If you put two stabilizers on the side and then activate them, it will actually kind of break it off and you will now have a loose part. But there is a special reason we want this. I'll show you right now. If I put up the piece and I drop it in midair, you're going to see that it kind of just floats. And that's not the only glitch property that this has. I'll get into one later. On top of that as well, while we're here, we're also going to go down and also get one of these U pieces. And these U pieces have a similar property to the other one. Not only are they kind of floaty, but also both of these are completely indestructible. Nothing can break these. And once that's said and done, it is final time to go to the surface and start building a restaurant. So let's get to building, Chad. We got the outside now. So now we just need to save this right here. And now we just have to head to Ganon. Now there is more to the shop, but this is the one we need to have ahead of time already built because we need to obviously trap Ganon so he doesn't get out. And this should be enough. I don't think he can get in or out if I build with this one. Let's go ahead and head over to the end of the game. To get down to Ganon faster without having to do all the extra stuff to get down there by going through the bazillion enemies, I'm gonna do an out of bounds trick right here. Now, if you haven't seen this one before, I have a video documenting how speedrunners beat Breath of the Wild in under 45 minutes. I will link it in the top right of the screen right now, if you're interested. But either way, I'm basically doing the out of bounds clip that is using that route right here so that I can quickly just drop down to the bottom. Now, normally I would drop straight into this fight. However, I actually do want a autosave that is located right before I drop down to the final boss fight. So what I'm going to be doing instead to not have my autosaves messed up is I will actually fly right here. And you can do this yourself, by the way, if you ever want to try. If you stand on this rock right here and then you kind of walk around, you want to wait for the game to perform an autosave. Right there. You can see in the bottom left it says saving. And the game cannot create a autosave when it thinks that you are out of bounds. So that autosave is actually located like a few pixels through the wall when you were standing against it. So you'll actually be standing in a bounds instead of out of bounds. And then I can just drop down to the final fight. Now, ahead of time, I did duplicate a bunch of rubies because I'm going to actually fight all of these enemies here. So I'm basically just going to perform like the speedrun strat here. The timing for the throw is so different on 1.1 instead of 1.0. For people who don't know, there's like a weird different timing in how you do equipments and throws on 1.0. After I'm done with this, you actually don't have to fight the 4 bosses, or the 5 bosses, I should say in this case. What you can do instead is you can actually do an out of bounds clip right here to go straight to Ganon to skip the refights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here below the stage, and then I'm going to try and line myself up at this very specific texture right here. And then I'm going to perform the same glitch I used to go out of bounds with. That should work. Okay. So now we're underneath the area. Now, just because we're underneath the stage doesn't mean that we're like in a situation where we're good to go. Because we're still technically stuck out of bounds, because this game has both collision in a bounds and out of bounds, meaning I will have to do another clip to get back into a normal playing area. I'm gonna line up Link's foot with this texture right here, zoom in, and then do a backflip, a backflip, a backflip. Still got a weird camera, unfortunately. That's unlucky. Okay, and now we're back in a bounds, and now we are finally ready to start a restaurant. We're gonna lure Ganon over here. Come here. Then we're gonna take out auto build. We're gonna build it right here. I think the reason it's not working is because Ganondorf is not happy with the restaurant. I think that's why. I think Ganondorf is unhappy with the restaurant, and we just need to change up the looks a little bit. I think this is going to be more in his taste. Let's see if he's happy with this. How about this? Okay. He sort of broke it, but he likes it. Okay, I think we did it. All right. We got a nice looking restaurant now. Now we just have to spec it out to make it look like, you know, you can actually go here for shopping. And now we need some lights, because obviously a shop needs some lights. So we're gonna throw one right there. Then we need one right there. Now we need a selection of foods. And there you have it, chat. We just have to go up and make our order right now. Hold. Yes, hello? Yes, I would like a #1, please, with some apples and some raw prime meat. Thank you very much. And time. There we go. That was way harder than I thought. Not only getting the materials needed to perform this, but also disabling Ganondorf's AI was a pain in my ass. But we did it. Well, anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed speedrunning your silly/stupid meme categories. If you want to see more videos like this, then don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description of videos. If you want to see 2 other awesome videos click on the screen right now, one of them is a breakdown of how to speedrun this game in under 45 minutes, and another video is me doing a randomizer on Breath of the Wild. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Later, everybody. Bye-bye.